Aris boleh,
Ya.
Ryan boleh Pak ya.
Oke, 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 oke.
Ya.
Oke, oke. Selamat datang Faris buat interview hari ini. Cuman untuk interview hari ini kita juga pakai in English ya. Oke.
English, oke, siap-siap Pak.
Oke. Oke. Faris. Yeah, so today we're gonna do some sort like a technical kind of interview.
Oke.
Before, uh, which one you did interview with Eri Putri?
Eri, Pak. For the technical is Eri. I think I assign all request to Eri Pak ya.
Okay, okay, okay then. Okay, uh, let's start. Okay, so maybe you already answered this with Eri or Putri, but let me re-ask you again, so I know the bigger pictures of you.
Ya.
Can you please walk me through your journey as developer and how did you get to the where you are today?
Yeah. Thank you Pak Ali for having me in this interview. So yeah,
Hmm?
my name is Faris. I have 12 years experience as a software engineer. So I start my career as PHP developer on startup logistic on 2014 until 2016. So all coding I'm done with PHP, also the MySQL database. After that, I decide myself to begin new journey to launch into the e-commerce world area. So I'm joining with Brahman.com, also the Matarimall.com, which I gain a lot of experience on there, also the lessons, and I'm for sure gaining a very significant expertise once I was working on that company. So that was my first challenge once I working at Matrimony.com. I'm handling the queue system to handle thousands or until the 100 user from the order user, as well as I'm helping the Matrimony.com to convert all the website into React.js, also integrating the Microsoft services using Golang ya. And yeah, after that I moved to the vendor company from Serpong Tangerang. The name is Meteor Inovasi Digital, which has client for XL Asia Digital Service. So I'm contributing myself to help them to develop the backend API, especially for their new platform, which has name Boost. So the idea behind Boost is this is a platform to develop. This is the platform for the merchant, the retail merchant, to do the acquisition for the new customer, and also the new customer can do order from their staff, also can do transaction like bills like the electricity, etc. And yeah, after that I just joined there only 1 year, then I moved into the business to business logistic, also business to customer logistic. So for business to customer, I'm joining shipper as a senior front-end developer. So I'm helping shipper to ship their three main product, one for the one for their operational product, and the other one for the apps driver, and also the apps customer. So my contribution here is significantly can help their purposes to launch new product within 6 months, yeah, so they can begin a new marketing strategy, yeah. And after that I join Web 6 for business to business logistic, and I'm helping to maintain and develop their core product, which is the website that's built from Next.js, yeah. And yeah, this website contains lot of modules. The important one is to track the tracking movement from the vendor, also the financial statement module, yeah. So all the operation from business to business logistic happens into that website. And after that I joined at EFOS 1 year as senior front-end developer to help them enhance the main website for EFOS. Then I added a feature to buy a voucher for specific gaming product. as well as I create another platform named creatory.id. This like OnlyFans. So I'm helping them to create this product from MVP until launch, from user onboarding until user posting and user payment. And in my recent role at a Slash, this is the longest company that I joined, 3 years, I think, from 2023 until now. So I have been serving my service into several industry, from banking, which is AXA SSBC, from as a platform for Persol Kelly and online pajak as well. And lastly, for AccuRecord.ai, this is the AI dashboard product for healthcare in for hospital in USA, Michigan. So the tech stack here I cover for Node.js, Next.js, React.js, and also Elastic, and yeah, and Terraform to provision the new server. I think that's all from myself, Pak. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you currently work with Slash,
Yes, yes.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
and yeah,
Yeah, Pak. At Slash, Pak. Correct.
Slash, okay,
Yeah, yeah.
and Slash itself is like a consulting company, right? And
Correct.
you have several clients. Is that correct?
Yes, correct, correct.
Okay, so okay, I see. Okay, so within Slash, like, what your current day to day look like?
Yeah.
Is that, yeah, that you are just coding, or you are leading the team, or how is it?
Yeah. My day to days, I start my day to list up all of my priority item. So the things that I want to finish up, I list commonly from 3 until 5 items in one day. After that, I finish in working hours, and during that working hours, I also often receive any feedback as well from my lead or CEO, also from my teammate about my work. So yeah, I also doing a code review from my teammate, also testing their peer review and creating unit testing, and yeah, I'm also coordinating with the QA, also the UI UX design from a previous ticket or from particular ticket that happens on this current stream, in this current sprint. And yeah, I will make sure all my job is delivered well, so my teammate job is so delivered well, because we are working as a teammate. And yeah, in summary, yeah, my day to day during working hour is to make sure all my job deliver well within the deadline. Also, I keep my communication good as well. Even outside working hours, I'm still reachable via Slack or WhatsApp or Teams. And yeah, maybe after outside working hours, I'm just doing some sport, or yeah, or play with my family. Yeah, I think that's all.
Okay, okay. I see. Okay, so what position are you in the Slash itself? It's like
Yeah,
senior developer or what position?
senior full stack, Pak. Senior full stack developer, Pak.
Okay, I see. Okay, so you still write some code, right? And also, did you also uh, decide on the system architecture and maybe mentoring your junior, etc.?
Yeah, Pak. Sure, sure. So yeah, I'm also, if there is a project from scratch, for example, like Acura Record, I'm also helps to designing the correct architecture for them. Also, like junior teams member when I work at online pajak, so I'm mentoring the junior teams member how to develop the correct component for Vue. Yeah. So that's some of. example that I did in Slash.
Ah, okay, 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 okay. Okay, see. Okay, let's do some more technical kind of things.
Yeah.
Uh, Tell me about the most complex system you have designed or contribute, and what was the problem,
Mm.
and how did you approach the architecture or system design of it?
Yeah. So the complex thing is once I work at Shipper, so I was designing the event-driven architecture. So because this is for order system for Shipper, um, which is aim to have usage around more than 100K per second. So yeah, I was designing the Redis for the temporary stop counter, as well as I'm designing the Kafka broker to as our event driven core, and also the consumer. So one of the challenge is there might be some consumer which can consume the data duplicate. So that's why I implement the idempotency in database level as well. So even though the data is receiving double, but we make sure the data that is inserted into the database is only one for that particular user, and order ID also the item for that, and also the scaling as well, because at that moment I'm working closely as well with DevOps. I make a communication how we can increase the Kafka broker if the load is high or a peak. Also the possibility to increase the consumer like if we plan like can serving 1 million user, 1 million requests per second, then at that moment we have prepared for 1,000 broker. But yeah, I think at that moment as well, uh, I communicate with DevOps how we can scale down if some of the consumer is not used. So yeah, at that I think we are using Docker and Kubernetes, also Terraform to manually apply that things, and Grafana as our monitoring tools. Yeah. And yeah, I think that's some complex sample that I've done.
Okay, 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 okay. Okay, I see. So on Shipper, it is the most complex thing you built, right?
Yes,
Which
yes.
is the event-driven architecture kind of
Yeah.
things. See, okay. If you could redesign it, what already that with cheaper,
Mm,
the things that you built,
mm,
what would you change? Maybe because maybe you see there's still some, like a flaw, or maybe some sort of a circuit or something that you think it can be uh, improved,
okay.
but it's
Yeah, okay, thank you. So I think for the stock or the available location, I think it's already handled by Redis. Maybe this is for the data analysis platform, because I think right now we are still query on uh, SQL. I think once I join on that company, I might introduce to use different database like ClickHouse, yeah, for the analytic purposes, because ClickHouse is better for the analytic. We can query fast. Yeah, so that's first thing that I will suggest. And the And the second thing is to fine tuning the error log, which is handling by the front end teams. At that moment, the front end log is still logging into the MongoDB, which is it's hard to detect. So I might suggest to use Sentry for the client error log. And also for the Snake, I think snake.io, we need that as well to scan any vulnerability. At that moment, we are still have a lot of dependency issue, misleading and not matching. And yeah, I think for the Kafka is already good. Yeah, for the database, still a lot of query that needs to be improved in terms of the fine tuning. A lot of duplicate query, like select unneeded fields, also the indexing that is not properly added. And yeah, maybe tries for the big data, and I will suggest to try implement sharding and replication, also using materialist view if needed for the data dashboard aggregation, because at that time we are still querying roughly from the database without that approach. I think that's what from myself.
Okay. 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 I see. I see. I see. I see. Okay. Uh, let's go next. How do you approach designing a system from scratch? Can you please walk me through your process when someone give you, like a new problem to solve, and how you gonna design
In
it? Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So firstly, I need to know how many user mainly they want to serve, and I also need to know the time scale to scale up this design. So the choices between protocol, whether it's HTTP or WebSocket or MQTT. Yeah. So let's say this simple other system. So I will suggest using HTTP. For the real time, I will suggest using WebSocket or Firebase FCM. And for the IoT, I will suggest to use MQTT protocol. And for the first MPV, I will suggest from single server first, which is EC2. Maybe it's quite good already for development and testing. Yeah, but for the higher latency, I will suggest using AWS Fargate. Yeah, because it's automatically scale, and we don't need to manually setting that. And yeah, for the database, I will suggest using RDS first, starting from the small instances. It's a good for the development, and we can gradually scale up vertically. But if we want to, let's say, already have the data for million user, we can convert this into cluster, into the cluster. And yeah, for sure, if the data is frequent to be accessed, like a stock decrement or stock increment, I might suggest to add middleware, which is Redis, to handle that operation. And yeah, so for frequent data, Redis. For persistent data is database. But in summary, to wrap up, I I will suggest for the MPV, starting from the small instance first. And yeah, lastly, uh, if we plan to serve around 1 million user per second, yeah, I will for sure will suggest using event-driven architecture. But it can be done later on after we have surpass some milestone. But right now, I think for the MVP, just try to make it simple first. Like I mentioned, HTTP is a good first maybe for MVP product ya, for most of the product here in the digital ya, Pak. I think that's my approach, Pak.
Okay, 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 okay. Okay. Wait a sec. Wait a minute. Okay. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot. Can you please open your camera
Oh ya, oke oke
so
Pak.
I can see you? Yeah, yeah.
Ya, oke sip sip.
Okay, okay, okay. So you are working remotely also right now, or is it office based?
This is my sorry Pak, can you repeat your question? So
Yeah, right now you working with Slash. Is it remote position also, or is it hybrid? Maybe sometime you in office, sometime you home.
yeah, it's a remote position.
Okay, 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 okay. Okay. Okay, let's do mini system design exercise. Okay. Uh, let's say we just not suitable for you. Okay. So yeah, we back. Sorry. I had to do something, bro. Sorry, sorry.
Okay.
Okay. So with the design as style, you built Voodoo Cloth. Is that your own product, right? Before.
Yeah, correct, Pak. This with my
Okay.
friend as well.
Okay. 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 I think I want to add something related into it. So you can imagine there is a custom apparel company, clothing company,
Yeah.
that has grown from 15 orders per month into 500,000 orders a month. And they currently use basic internal tools, like very basic one, monolithic, basic CRUD, and you know, uh, but it's breaking down at scale because the number is going big and the system that being built is not designed for that kind of uh, usage. So and also there is a demand also because you got virality. Let's imagine this is your own product, right?
Yeah.
Is you get the virality, you get 500,000 orders a month, and the customer itself want real time visibility into their order status. Also, the internal team, which is your team itself, need to track every uh, the stage, the the production stage. Maybe we don't say not production, maybe like something related to step by step by the process itself by internal team until the order is complete. And also, on the other hand, management's one dashboard with financial insight and how you're gonna design it for the whole thing. From this, you know, it's already working. The system's already working, but you need to scale it up. How are you gonna do it?
Yeah. To to scale up this, firstly, I need first to collect all the heavy endpoint that is mostly hits by the user. Let's say the order endpoint, and yeah, I will design this as event driven architecture. So using eventual consistency. So we just give the direct response to the user if the order is succeed. So if the user want to see the order status, they need to go into the profile, his order page or profile. Then let the consumer process his order as first in first out, yeah, as the atomic process, yeah. And in terms for the dashboard, I might suggest to use materialist view for the data
Sorry,
aggregation.
what?
Materialist view, Pak. Using
Materialist view. Okay,
using
sorry. Yeah.
PostgreSQL, yeah. And if needed also, I can be using a pg bouncer for the PostgreSQL just to make sure if a lot of users making connection to the database, it doesn't overload. And in terms of tracking status, I might introduce Redis as its memory fast memory system, yeah. Redis cluster using Elastic Cache, yeah. So yeah, it's really fast for the Redis for the tracking status, Bang. Yeah, so that's my approach, Bang.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Do
Okay.
you have
Okay.
do you have any feedback, Pak, maybe about my approach? Maybe I'm
Yeah. 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 Okay. 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 Uh. Okay. I think it's still too shallow for me. I mean, you mentioned that you will identify the most heavy endpoint one, or
oh,
etc. Yeah,
yeah.
but it's still shallow. Let me divide into some question. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So because it's apparel company or clothing company, I think your company, your product doing that too. Like until the cloth itself coming to customer
Customer.
house, it will going through several stages, right? Maybe like uh, if you are like an apparel company and clothing company, you will like cutting the fabric products or maybe printing the graphic of on the shirt itself, packing, delivery, and then until comes to the user, maybe page status, unpaid status, refund status, etc. And there's a lot of stages. Let's say there is like a 6 until 8 production stages. How do you model that, and what happen if a stage need to be rolled back, and yeah, so how you gonna model that?
Yeah, to model this, uh, I will decide to use event-driven architecture. Let's say there is some state to mark its to successfully mark it as the design status, for example, as the finish status. We need, let's say, to first to attach a photo or video. Also let's need some approval, let's say, from the user. So yeah, I will implement it into consumer, which is event driven. So it just publish the event to change the status and let the consumer process it in the background. And in terms of changing the status, I will use row level locking from Postgre. So it will do some step first, and yeah, if it fails, it will roll back to the previous state. Then I can push the notification into email or FGM. Yeah. So that's my approach, Pak, for changing the status seamlessly.
Okay, 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 okay. Uh, well, okay. So right now I'm gonna ask about the real-time updates, but so this customer uh, mostly is what gonna watch their order page and not just order, maybe like the availability of the product itself, etc. And user gonna need to see something in the real time, right? Just imagine this is the case that we need to solve. So uh, let's say it's apparel because this is apparel like clothing company. Usually, customer will order something like big number of clothes, right? And it's related into the production of the clothing itself. So it's related into the factory worker do something. For example, uh, uh, they start to printing the graphic on the t-shirt, etc. And we need real-time updates from them. So maybe, for example, the floor worker scanning the QR codes to uh, to something related into user order, and the customer will just get it by real time. How you gonna
Oh.
solve it, design it, this track?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will use third party Firebase notification FGM. So the front end will listen to the FGM server, which is wrapped by our backend, and the front end will listen. Let's say the device ID is same, what is registered into the database, and the people who do the update will publish that message into that FGM topic ya Pak. So yeah, I will use Firebase for that for the real time update.
Okay, 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 okay. If okay, FCM as a third party service is a good option, but it could be burden your product cost. I mean your system cost, right? Because it needs money. And the management says, no, I don't want using third party. We want to have like in-house solutions using our own infrastructure. And how you gonna do it?
We can use WebSocket for that. The front end will listen to WebSocket server, and
Mm-hmm.
so the other approach can be used long HTTP polling for set interval, Pak.
Okay, WebSocket. And WebSocket get data from where? Like, I know there is WebSocket which is front end and back end, right? There is a long live connection.
Yes.
But it's not enough, right? It's not enough, right? I mean, because there is data that being changed
Oh yeah,
from the factory worker. Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I will introduce as well the Redis PubSub. So Redis will publish the message, and the WebSocket will listen for that Redis publisher will consume. Then yeah, it will proceed from Redis into that WebSocket, Pak, from the backend. Yeah. So the backend will push it into frontend. Yeah, so we don't do any data storage, just Redis PubSub and WebSocket.
Okay. 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 So let's connect. Now for the financial reporting, and yeah, the management wants to see the revenue day by day, cost per order, production efficiency, and because there is a lot of transactional kind of record, right? And it will be like the query will be very expensive. And how you gonna handle this without slowing down the operational system itself that serve to the user?
Yeah, I will add the Grafana to monitor the slow query, and yeah, I will decide that myself, or if I become tech lead, I will decide that one of the dedicated people for database to solve that slow query, and I will list all top five.
No, no. The slow query is not like the slow query. Yes, I mean the slow query usually it's not in the product itself. I mean the management's like for example you as a owner of Voodoo Cloud, you want to see the revenue, you want to see the cost per order, you want to see the production efficiency. All this data is coming from the transactional database that already recorded right to your system.
Correct.
Yeah. But to querying all of this will be very expensive. I mean, expensive in terms of resources, and it can be slowing down
Yeah.
the main system itself, the main system that's serving
Oh yeah.
the service to the user. So yeah, that's what you're gonna do. Maybe my question before is not too clear, but yeah, I want to.
Yeah. Okay, I will introduce Pak for the master slave, master slave architecture ya. So all the read query will happens to the slave and write query to the master. Yeah, so yeah, it can significantly improve the performance.
Okay, 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 okay. Master slave only. Okay, and because it's like a million of records, even though it's only for day one, only one day, and you need to aggregate into several days. So it can be like uh multi-million of records need to be processed, right? And if you say you are just using master and slave, me or you as a management want to see this data, maybe gonna tantrum, gonna mad
Oh,
because
yeah,
I
yeah.
need to wait, like for example, 15 seconds just to see a dashboard.
Okay,
Uh,
okay.
so
Yeah, I will revise my question. So I will add the another pipeline or layer for especially for the dashboard performance tracking or the financial. I will introduce special for them with ClickHouse. So yeah, I will add the another layer for ingesting the existing database into the ClickHouse. So yeah, this is good for the analytic performance.
mm,
Yes.
okay. 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 Yeah. I thought you're gonna answer like with we're gonna use materials view because you mentioned that before, and you're gonna have pre-computed aggregation on a schedule to update the materials view. So yeah, that's my feedback about this point.
Oh,
But no
not
problem.
relate
Okay,
ya, Pak.
okay.
Sorry, sorry.
Yeah, because
Okay.
ClickHouse only, yeah, ClickHouse is good for analytics, but
Oh,
if
yeah,
you
yeah,
are not managing it well, it still become a burden in terms of performance because
yeah,
yeah, some of the query maybe need some sort like a uh, because the engine between regular SQL based like PostgreSQL and MySQL with ClickHouse is kind of different from row to column to yeah like a switch between row to column. So it we will have like some sort like some cases that maybe not working well on the ClickHouse. So you need to create some view first, maybe like pre-computed
oh,
aggregated data, etc. So you will have much better performance. But yeah, okay.
okay, another Pak.
Okay, okay. Uh, this is not about designing the system, but I want to see uh, maybe you have some sort of like a product visions
Okay.
in hands. So yeah, I will give you like a easy example using your experience at Fudut. For example, all of the coordination right now is happening with WhatsApp. Okay. Um, what would you do differently if you were starting Fudut today
Mm.
with everything you know? I mean, yeah, just to change that process, the coordination part.
Uh, you mean sorry Pak? You mean if the order comes from WhatsApp or what Pak? Sorry.
Uh, Not just order. I mean, my order not because it's handled by your system, but the coordination between your team, etc., into a centralized system.
Mm.
And uh, what you gonna change it? How you gonna change it?
Also, you want in my current product to add the feature to make the internal worker working seamlessly, Pak. Something like that.
Yeah.
So there is no conflict, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I will be adding the feature into this website for assisting internal worker. Yeah, I will be adding the mapping if the user is detected as internal worker based on the role. I will be adding one menu called notification worker, something like that. Then yeah, all from there is containing the messages from important notification like there is a change from order blah 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 from designs to shipment or from design to finish. Yeah, so that's one part. I will be adding the notification feature, and the second one I may be adding the chat feature to this website. Yeah, so the internal worker can do a chat chat privately, like simple text first, and later on we can enhance with attachment attachment feature like photo or like
Mm.
document.
Okay. I see. Okay then. Okay. Let's continue. Thank you, Faris, for all the explanations.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. How do you make a technology decisions? How do you decide between building versus buying, or choosing between competing technologies if you are buying it?
Yeah, decision technology. So if I was have let's say I was having new project comes into myself, the technology decision would comes from the simple one first and ready for MVP. And because I'm mainly as a JavaScript, yeah, I will for sure using a Node.js for backend and Next.React for the frontend. And yeah, database I will using a Postgre because it I think it I can demo that in a Vercel. And yeah, later on if the new investor comes and yeah, I might be move it into EWS for the production graded ready, and yeah, using Terraform for provisioning. But in summary, yeah, I will choose from the simple one first, yeah, for the technology decision, and that is fit from my background or expertise.
Okay. Okay. Good. Yeah, just the simplest one is should be in the correct thing. How about the building versus buying thing? Do you have any experience when maybe a manager etc. want to build these features, but also this feature maybe already exists somewhere that maybe we just can use it without building it, and how you decide if there is a case like this?
Oh yeah, so my decision about building product is firstly it needs to come from under myself first if I need that or not. So if I enjoy that product or not, and if that will fit into my requirement or not. Let's say in my recent like small project there is website to count the liquidation price from the trading cryptocurrency, because most of the traders will fail with placing the position without counting the correct numbers here. So I'm building that features like input the entry price, like invalidation level and the taking profit. And yeah, so after I build that, so I use that and I feel it helps a lot for myself, so I don't enter with rush, so I enter with some condition and requirement. Yeah, so in a summary, I just feel if that product benefit for you even they are already exists, but you can enhance that product with your market, yeah. Especially first comes from yourself first, in from myself first,
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Uh, Okay. And how do you handle technical debt and how you decide when to execute it versus just maybe we just need to ship new feature?
Yeah, technical debt, it's important as well, but we also need to see the deadline of the delivery ya Pak. So if we
Mm.
very, let's say, very strict to technical debt, but the deadline is, we ignore the deadline, it also will dangerous for us ya, in terms
Mm.
of reliability. And yeah, for the technical debt, I might choose what is the priority one. And yeah, if we can solve that before the deadline, let's say 2 days, and we can ship it into the testing, and it's good. And yeah, and we can ship and we can fix the other one later. Just a take note, like input it into Jira or, yeah, Confluence, the another technical debt ya, Pak. But for sure the delivery first ya, Pak. It's a first.
Mhm. Okay. 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 I see. Okay. 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 Uh, uh, do you ever lead a team, right? Leading the team, or you
Yeah.
just as a individual contributor before?
Yeah, leading team as well, individual contributor as well, Pak. But
Okay, 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 okay. Tell me about team you lead and how big was it? What was the structure and how did you organize the works?
yeah, at Shipper, I have experience building for 2 years for the Connect team. So the members is containing four, two, one junior, two medium, and yeah, one senior, Pak. So the challenges that I face is, yeah, most of developer is introvert, ya, Pak. So it's they are saying very less, and yeah, but I can solve it by approaching them personally or by chat, ya. So how to arrange them is, so I in a sprint planning, so I make a room to organize the tasks, and we decided to complete each of tasks within the deadline. And yeah, in once per 2 day, we usually do a check for the task, yeah. It's just 15 minutes, and every 1 week we gather all of four, and we demo what feature that is ready to be shipped in a 2 weeks, yeah. And by the end of the 2 weeks, so I'm the one who doing the demo. And in summary, to manage the this team, is I'm as the lead. At that moment, I supply uh, as much as possible the detail of the description of the ticket. So let's say this is the expected, this is how to test, and this is the available endpoint. And yeah, this is the teams from the backend that you can consult. And yeah, if you face any blocker, just mention to me or mention in the Slack, yeah. And if you want to do a online meeting or via Google Meet, just select me. And yeah, in the meantime, I'm also doing my tasks at that moment as a leader, to review the code, also to review the architecture, and also the early testing of the available endpoint, Pak. And I'm also doing some code feature for the front end. Yeah, I think that's the experience, Pak, that I have from leading.
Okay, 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 okay. And other than the introvert one that you mentioned, how do you handle underperformer on your team? And
Yeah,
maybe you have a real example of it. Yeah.
underperformer. So once I work at Ware 6, there is one underperformer. The work is very very slow. So I at the moment I am very aggressive to that. So I'm just chatting on every like one day like 2 or 3 times I chat them about the progress. Then yeah I assist them. I assist him. Let's say he just finished the some part of the feature, and I let him to push to the repo and create a pull request. Then I help to review that code, also testing the functionality, and I'm giving the feedback. And so the problem from that people is he cannot focus about the priority. He likes jump and jumping into different topic. Let's say they are only, let's say he is only needing to solve the bonds problem, but they introduce some level of the code approach. But the main goal is just to resolve the bonds, but he just like to introduce another approach. Then I'm just saying to him just to focus on one item. This is the list per item that you can focus one by one. Please follow this priority and just report to me if there is any blocker. And yeah, I think in 1 month I'm already see the progress, but the good progress from him. Just on be focus and list on priority from attacks.
Okay. These guys become productive after you doing all of that, or what the outcomes
Yeah,
itself?
the outcomes is faster, but the work is faster and more focused and can deliver one task as unity in with less defect.
Hmm. Okay, 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 okay. Okay. About mentorship, if you have an experience, maybe you have experience mentoring your junior developers and mid-level developers maybe, and how you approach within the mentoring itself, or
Uh,
maybe there is an outcome they being promoted, etc. Yeah.
okay. So my step for mentoring is for the junior. I will let them to learn the fundamental first. Let's say for the front end or a back end, I will let them read. Let's say for the back end, how to create a good RESTful API, like the naming things, camel cases, and also like write unit testing, and how they think as general, as a product vision, not only a developer, so they will also have the sense of ownership, yeah, of from the things that that he built. After they have a good fundamental, which is particularly needed for the development, and also a sense of ownership is adding. So yeah, we can focus on the technical side, day by day or daily from their tasks. Yeah, we do very often like code review, also the testing. Also I will explain to them how to make good pull requests by attaching like a screenshot, description in English, and also for sure the unit testing. So with less defect as well. And yeah, I will test them if the quality is good for the is better than quantity. But time by time, as we are gaining more confident and expert, the quality and quantity will sit the same. Yeah, so that's one approach that I have implemented in Zipper, Pak. Also in VR6.
Okay. Okay. I see. I see. I see. I see. I see. Okay. Usually, you are only the one senior developer in your team, or there's more people, maybe uh, managerial level or something in
Uh,
your team.
in my team there are two or three, Pak.
Okay,
Three
relatively
senior
senior.
developer ya. Yeah.
Okay, I see. And okay, 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 okay. Is there any situation where you had a major disagreement with other senior, or maybe your leader, maybe your manager, about technical direction, and how did you handle it?
Yeah. Let's say there is in my recent role there is one issue that is related to production website, where the one endpoint causing a problem and our interface producing inappropriate result. So I think this project from Russell Kelly. So I have a debate with my the other senior. How about we just you say we just see the database, like I made a connection to database production and see the result. Yeah. So my senior is the other senior is disagree because we already have a decent way to debug that situation. So by looking into the logging from Elastic. So yeah, at that moment because I'm like a rush and needs to deliver it as well. So I just try to reread again the confluence of the comment to looking into that specific log. And yeah, so I fortunately I can see that log and solve it. So in summary, to solve this kind of situation, first look into the other side first. Don't make like emotional, even it's hurting you. Then yeah, we position, then we try to be calm and we try to think and solve it. Yeah.
Okay, 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 okay. I see, I see, I see. Okay. Uh, with today's AI agentics IDE kind of thing like Cursor, Windsor, Copilot, etc. Uh, this thing is, I think, something that we are gonna avoid right now. I mean, a lot of people using it, but
Yeah.
on the other hand, it also become a problem sometimes because of how developers blindly accept all of the LLM generated, you know, and how you gonna handle it, make sure that the quality of codes being submitted by your teammates and etc., or maybe by yourself itself, uh, still there
Yeah.
and not become a chaos because of AI generated code.
Okay. Yeah. First, I I should provide one README file which contains the standard code for the project, and I will let the AI to read read that first the standard code and do a prompt to follow that standard code. After the code is generated, I test the functionality. If there is still error on functionality, I still throw the prompt to fix that, and after all fixed, then I review one by one the file, one by one the file that is generated by AI, whether it's already correct or not. Then I will do label commit, and if there is unneeded file or function, I will let AI to remove that as well. So yeah, that's my approach to work with AI.
Okay. 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 Uh. Okay. Last question for me. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe last one or two questions. Uh. What is the reasons you want to join us? What the reason you want to moving from your current position right now?
Uh,
Is there any issue or etc.?
yeah,
Yeah.
because right now I want to find more stable company that I can be there for at least like more than three years, more than 3 years maybe
Mm.
if possible ya Pak. Because right now in my age I think I just want to find a stable, not like a big company with big pay ya Pak.
Oh, so you are more prioritizing stable company rather than big pay checks.
Yeah, big
Yeah.
paychecks is good for under 30 ya Pak. I'm already above 30 ya. Won't push
How old are you? How old are you? I mean, oh, you
32
must be 32. Yeah,
32
you have
yeah
11 years experience. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, okay, okay.
yeah.
So your current company is not providing stability for now?
Yeah, I think right now the client is decreasing. Client is decreasing. Also,
Oh,
some
okay.
benefit is removed or is revoked. Yeah. So yeah, that's why I try to find the other job again.
Okay, I see, I see, I see, I see. And okay, and what is your expected compensation you get you from
Yeah,
us?
the expected my last salary is 27.3 Pak. But I think I heard from Mbak Beliani is can be lower from that. Yeah. But I'm still
Yeah.
open Pak, open to negotiate. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you're still open to negotiate. Okay. I see.
Hmm.
Yeah. You already meant. Okay. I already mentioned about it. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It might be like a lower. But in here, we have like a career progression. It could be if you doing good enough. It could be more than what you already uh, receive right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, as a starter, maybe lower from your previous one. So
Okay.
may I know like the borderline, what the number acceptable for you?
I think the baseline should be above 20 sih Pak. Should be above
Should be
20.
above 20.
Iya.
Okay, small 20, is that okay? 21, 22, something like that.
Maybe best case 25 sih ya Pak. Maybe ya Pak. Best case.
Oh, 25.
25
Okay, okay,
best
okay.
case ya Pak.
Okay, okay. Okay, okay. I see, I see, I
Iya.
see. I see, I see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just want
Ya,
to ask question. Okay.
oke Pak.
Okay, okay, okay. I see. I see, I see, I see.
Ya, but I'm still sih Pak. I'm still open to discuss Pak buat di salary lah Pak.
Okay.
Ya,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
still
yeah.
very open Pak. Ya.
Okay, 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 okay. Okay. Okay then. Yeah.
Oke.
Do you have any question for me?
Ya, maybe one question Pak from my side. We still we still know that's need a new teams up. I mean new team member Pak in your company.
Sorry, what this question is?
With team right now that's needing new team member or developer Pak.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay. Yeah, that we have several teams actually. We have several teams. We have several placement and position that you possibly can join. So in here, even though there is no placement for example, the external stakeholder that can partnership with us, that may be open or open new position for it. We have like several other internal product that we want to
Oh,
build. So a lot of it. So if you're asking which team, there is a lot. So maybe later you will know. But yeah, there is a lot. I cannot say in detail for now. But there is several
okay.
teams that might need your help. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, noted Pak. And maybe one last question, Pak. Let's say if I'm pass in this step, Pak, what might be the next step, Pak?
It should be the last step, I believe, but we will evaluate again. It should be usually after this, after you doing the technical project submissions and the technical interviews, and uh, the next step will just the offer letter. If you pass,
Oke, oke.
if you pass, you will just offer letter. Yeah.
Oke, oke, Pak. Notut, notut.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Oke.
So that's all. If that's all, we can
So,
wrap
Pak.
up.
Ya,
Okay.
oke.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Mas
thank you, Pak.
Faris.
Thank you,
Thank
Pak.
you, Mas Faris, buat waktunya.
Ya, thank you, Pak. Ya.
I have a good day, Mas
Ya,
Faris.
have
Thank
a good
you.
day. So, Pak. Ya.